Ah, yes, Kefla, Kefla, Kefla. So we're getting down to like the essentially the core group of this team that I've been using for practically all PvP matchups here. Kefla here is one of the very I want to say one of the shining gems that they decided to throw for me when she was first introduced. The fact that, and we're jumping here, I know, but the fact that they gave girls such a high percentage along with fusion for strike attack just told me, yeah, we're gonna throw people that like this team setup a bone. Just the fact that she's a girl for starters, and the fact that she's a very very powerful unit because Kefla is very popular. Say what you want about Kefla, she's a very powerful and very popular unit that came out in Super, and it's funny because people like Kefla way more than the sum of her parts, which people have their gripes, and I, to the extent from earlier other videos you've seen, do not really like Khalifla, who makes up pretty much what Kefla is here. So this is Kefla, Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. This is the only super variant of the character. We don't have a base. We don't have Super Saiyan 1. We don't have the probably was it the max power or whatever they wanted to give her in the show. This is her red 7. This is through naturally pulling on the UI slash celebration tickets and a little bit of extra Z power from me over the course of the game. Kevla is by far one of the most valuable units in the girls team set up here. So these are her stats. She's very strike oriented. Like she really wants to strike attack until the cows come home here. And the fact that her one of her look at that saying girls with our rival universe has a lot of tags. And I was just talking about how much 21 has tags, and the fusions they pretty much just have everything consolidated into them. So this is what I was trying to get at. The strike damage up, strike impact with blast armor. Blast armor, that is one of the best overpowered gimmicks that characters could have here. It's like, well, you see someone doing ki blast, you react fast enough, you could just take priority. So we have was it plus 25% to strike damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. So she's constantly getting 25, 25, 25 every single time she's doing a strike attack, and that builds up over time. And it kind of negates the whole combo compensation that the game likes to tout its way around with balance. Because in case you guys didn't realize, that combo compensation means that the more cards and more actions that you place between was it a string of a combo, the less damage you'll be giving out over time. So if you get like 4 strike cards in a row, that and without this special strike of damage like a standard one, every subsequent strike attack that you would be throwing would be less powerful than the next, and so on. This one kind of negates it, where you're getting your strike damage going up even more over the course of just spamming these. So the fact that you'll be seeing later on that she has a card draw speed up naturally just means that she could just keep racking up strike cards over and over and over again. So she has basic blast. Looking at the stats here, like her blast is not nearly as potent as her strike. So she's really prided on being a strike oriented unit. We got Gigantic Crusher here. Deals major explode damage, randomly destroys 3 enemy cards on hit. Really, really good on that. The fact that it's destroying 3 cards instead of just like maybe 1 or 2. It's the fact that you're just limiting a lot of their options to, okay, well, I have to come up with a completely different plan now that that all these were just taken away from me, and we got to set up a new strat. The fact that you could throw this from a long distance also, throws a lot of confusion to your opponent. And then we got no, I'm nowhere close to done, which restores own health by 10%, plus 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, cancels own attribute downgrades in normal conditions. Really, really good green. It pretty much is the end all be all best green for her to have. She's healing, she's clearing her abnormal conditions, she's getting slightly stronger from that. It's all damage, so it's not just strike. And the fact that it's for 15 seconds, 15 seconds is a long time, especially with her doing as much a very long combo chains. It really shows. It really does show. Primarily, I really like just to use the green to heal her because she is very very fragile in terms of her kit here. What ends up making her better is her uniques, which we'll get into a little later. We got Gigantic Blast, which is the make it or break it tool for her. It's her ultimate arts, deals massive impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation. Gains attribute upgrade, minus 100% to enemy sustained damage cut effect. So the way I interpret this is that if they have a damage cut, she just says, haha, no, I'm just going to do max power damage anyway. So that's how unless I'm wrong, you guys can correct me on that. Nullifies enemy restore health when it reaches 0. Affects when this character attacks for 30 timer counts. And we'll get to the feint thing in a bit. But I've had a situation where I whiffed this attack. And I was matched up against a max power Frieza. And he still had, if you guys don't know about Max Power Frieza, his gimmick was that he has endurance, which after he goes to 0 health, he comes back with maybe like 15-20% health back. So if you Rising Rush him, he is guaranteed to come back. But with Kefla here, you notice the wording here says, where was it? Restore health when it reaches 0 effects when this character nullifies enemy restore health when it reaches 0 for 3 timer counts. I whiffed this attack, but the guy who vanished the attack was 1 second longer than I guess he was expecting, and I used my Rising Rush. The Rising Rush went through, and because I was technically within that second of the battle, or quickly a second right after I whiffed it, it counted this nullification. So do not sleep on the fact that this thing here can indeed take down somebody with the endurance aspect, because let's say maybe you're like 1 health away after they're stunned, which is the 30% chance to inflict feint. They get fainted, but then they have like 1 bit of health left. You can go ahead and tap attack them right off the bat, and that will still count because it's within the 3 seconds. Very, very, very good. And speaking of good, it's this 30% chance to inflict feint. Feint is such a game changer, and especially let's say you feint somebody that has type advantage over you with Kefla. You just go ahead and say, all right, well, I got feint on him. Let me just swap to 18 and she'll finish it. That is really the best things that can happen when it comes to feint, paralysis, or anything that just flat out stops the other person from playing the game. We got the main ability, which draws again the Ultimate Arts card, restoring ki by 50, which is really good, especially to extend whatever combo you have and to ensure that you have enough ki to actually run this. And then we got plus 40% damage, which pretty much is really, really good. Let's see. And then we got the Z ability here, which I already touched on before. It's 38% to strike damage. It is absolutely nuts considering you're having 18 on this team, with that you're having Videl on this team, etc., etc., etc. Just having more strike damage given throughout the rest of the team just makes them way more better. Okay, and then we get to your unique abilities. Increases own arts card draw speed by 1 when this battle starts. Cannot be canceled. So she pretty much just has it naturally that she's going to be doing a stupid amount of combo chain, and combo numbers going really, really high up here. Applies the following effects itself when this character enters the battle. It changes blast arts cards to strike arts cost cards, plus 30% damage inflicted, cannot be stacked. Reduces damage received by 20% for 20 timer counts, minus 5 to strike arts cost. Like seriously, she is given everything necessary to keep her strengths above her weaknesses. Like if you try throwing blast cards, she's not going to do that much damage. But if you destroy everything and turn them into strike cards, you're pretty much getting an easy way to keep your the pressure on your enemy. And the fact that she has blast armor, so she could just pile through, like she just jumps in. The person assumes you have blast cards. Nope, they turn into strike, pile through the ki blast, and just take priority. She is such a good unit for pressuring. Then we got here, it's the last one you're going to land, plus 20% damage inflicted against character Goku. There will always be new Gokus in the game. The fact that is just a perk of her kit is never really going to go old. The following effects occur after enemy attack is over. Restores 20% of damage received up to 20% of own health. Plus 20% of damage inflicted by ally girls, fusion, or universe 6 for 25 timer counts. That in itself is like really sneaky good. The fact that she is supporting with 3 tags and all that is, when you swap out and they're getting the additional 20% on top of whatever type of hacks they're having, it is so good. And also one thing that is really really crucial to her kit is that I said earlier, she's very fragile. She manages to survive a Rising Rush or like a really long combo from her that she manages to to barely get out of, maybe with like 1 health. The fact that she's able to restore 20% of her own health Yeah, excuse me, her own health. Just it provides more survivability for her, and the fact that the green also heals. Let's say you survive a rising rush, or you somehow manage to guess their card, you're gonna get some of your health back, and then you just throw in a green, and then you just get probably go back to max health if you're smart enough with your card inventory. Overall, I'm gonna just say this: Kefla, in terms for the core of the team, she is very very valuable. Like the probably the second best unit for this team, bar none, when it comes to pressuring. And unless they come out with some other character that is, way more hacksy than she is, or way more pressure oriented, I don't see myself removing Kefla from the team anytime soon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys with the next character. Bye bye.